serve the people of Hawaii, to ensure that we still stay in this place we call home.
This is a lawsuit that was put on you yesterday at 4:35 p.m.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
a COVERUP that's supposed to be limiting your powers, questioning the validity of this entire group. People from Lahaina sent you this COVERUP, yet you still feel like it's okay to sit here and talk about programs and housing and how much money you guys lost.
So it has now been well over 3 weeks since the Maui fires, and you know, my granddad always told me that Rome was not built in a day. So I understand that things take time. I understand that the recovery efforts are going to take time. I understand that Maui and Lahaina, it's not going to be the same ever. And it's not going to be rebuilt for years to come. This is going to be a long process. I fully understand that. But this is a very sensitive situation here. And I can't help but feel like this process needs to be sped up a little. Because with every wind that blows in Maui, with every gust of wind that blows in Lahaina, there's evidence blowing away. There's people's remains blowing away. All of this time is passing. We see that they've focused their efforts on blocking supplies from coming into the area, and they focused their efforts on building this barrier wall. Yet there's so many people, there's so many remains that have yet to be discovered. There's so many remains that have yet to be identified. And with every blow of wind, there goes the ashes of someone's family member. There goes someone's kid's ashes blowing away in the wind, never to be identified. And now these parents will forever have this question mark in their mind. Because things are not happening at the rate that they should. They're already having meetings, folks. They're already having meetings about what the governor and his crew, what they're going to do with Lahaina. Yet they haven't even picked up the bodies. What about when it rains? Part of me believes that they're just waiting. I hate to think this way. But unfortunately, I've been forced to think this way because our world is run by a lot of evil, freaking weirdos. But part of me feels like they're just waiting on another storm. They're waiting on a little storm or a little thunderstorm or something to come through the area and just wash all of this stuff away so they don't have to worry about it anymore. Because there's no excuse that after 3 weeks, you know, we're closing in on a month. There's no excuse that there's still all of these missing people whose bodies and ashes are just within these homes that burned down. And I know that it's not something that's going to quickly happen. It's tough work. I wouldn't want to be in that position. I wouldn't want to be the person that has to go from home to home or to the ashes of one home and then the ashes of another home with a dog trying to find the remains of little kids and the elderly and whoever. I wouldn't want to be in that position. And my heart goes out to whoever has to do that job. I understand it's a difficult job, but I feel like the government is taking its time. I feel like they are snailing along purposely because what's best for them is if some of this stuff just blows away and washes away. And therefore, they can just wipe their hands clean of it. You know, they're blocking people from going into this area. You can't gather your own evidence. So in many ways, I don't think they want people poking around this area because they don't want people to figure anything out. They don't want people to find more stuff out. We've already found out way too much. And, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but, I mean, my common sense tells me that there's only a matter of time before everything is blown or washed away. It takes one good storm and then they'll never find these remains and stuff again. So why are they dragging their feet? Why are they so focused on everything else as opposed to what they should be doing? The death toll should not be the same today as it was 3 or 4 days ago. And don't get me wrong, I hope that not, you want the death toll to be as low as possible, but the reality is we know it's much higher than what's being reported. So my question is, what are y'all doing? Every day the death toll should be gradually going up because they should be discovering more bodies and they should be identifying more remains. Yet it seems as if that's not happening, or at least they don't want to tell us that that is happening. So which one is it? Either you're dragging your ass and you're not doing your job, or you're doing your job just fine and you're just not reporting what you're doing. One of the two. It's one of the two. But let's go ahead and roll this clip, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Jessica Chiazzo, a lot of people know me as Priya. I'm here today because my heart has just been breaking for the people of the islands. I've given testimony so many times, and most of the time, it's like this. Backs are turned. People don't listen. You look like you're sleeping. Where's the emotion? Where's your heart? And when you think about these actions, when you think about the work you do, think about all those people, like this guy on his phone right now. It's insulting. It's insulting. And I'm going to tell you right now, it happens time and time again. So why I'm speaking up right now isn't even to talk necessarily about the business, but talking about your guys' actions discussing the business. Do not forget the people. And Green's actions right there, getting taken out by his handler, come on, guys. I saw all your faces. I think some of you were shocked too, except for the people whispering in the front, because he warned you he was going to walk away. You want to know why? Because he never wants to hear our voices. He wants to silence us every time. He does not listen. I am asking all of you at this table to make sure he listens. We, the people, hold the power. We are tired of being railroaded. And those people in Maui, it breaks my heart. Consoling people, trying to help people, it's been nonstop. My heart breaks, but I don't see the love. Even watching everyone laugh at the table at a joke, it makes me so angry. Yes, this should be happening in Lahaina, but please, it's more than just key leaders. You need to actually listen to the testimonies, give the opportunity for oral. There could have been 400 people here today testifying, but we're told no oral talks, no nothing. When do we get our opportunities to speak and be heard? Because I know very well you guys do not read the testimonies. You're the grateful for it, but half the time, you read 400? All of you? Oh, okay. Yeah, you. And I believe her. I wonder why. I'm just letting you guys know, I know for a fact when we give testimony, written or oral, you still vote against the people. Always. You are not representing the people, and that has to change. So I am here today just asking you to listen to the people. They're crying. Yeah, it's heavy right now. You should feel that heaviness because this was not a natural disaster. And I would like actually samples taken from the soil. You guys put the screen up. You won't let anyone see what's going on inside. But we know very well that you guys, as the third largest stakeholders, the state, do want that land and can take it when you deem it a natural disaster. And that is disgusting. And that is why I'm also here today, because someone needs to call that out. We wanted the samples right away. You guys stopped the people from going in. It's just awful. And for that, I yield.
I absolutely cannot stand the smug look on these people's faces. I'm not talking about the people of Maui and stuff. I'm talking about like the officials. From everyone who's been at these meetings to the mayor, the police chief, the governor. I cannot stand how they act appalled when people ask them basic questions. They act like They are just disgusted that they have to do their jobs. A lot of times they look bored, they look disinterested. And like I said, they look like they are offended by people being upset and by people asking basic questions. But what do you think is going to happen? You had a whole town burned to the ground. Hundreds of people are gone. Hundreds of homes are gone. Businesses are gone. People lost their whole livelihoods in the matter of, in the span of an hour or two. And then, these people have the nerve to just not care. They don't even fake it. Like, that's the worst part. They don't even fake it. They can't even fake being genuine for one moment. And if we can see that on video, it translates tenfold. Like it's more intense in person. Imagine being someone that lost everything and you attend one of these meetings and these people are in their cell phone, they're rolling their eyes, they're getting angry at you for asking basic questions, for saying your piece and talking. They don't want to have to deal with these people, and that's very apparent. Yet they want to hold these meetings. Like this meeting that was happening, it was not necessarily about Lahaina. It was about this other project that the governor has been working on. And they wanted to go ahead and have a little meeting and talk about, the possibilities of what they're going to do with Lahaina. They want to talk about rebuilding and all that stuff behind the people's back. And then the people show up and they have questions and they have things they want to say. And then you see these board members, these directors, these whoever, I don't know exactly what all of their labels are, but you see them, just simply just look as if they're disgusted that they have to be there. They look like they're disgusted by the people who lost everything. And that's heartbreaking and it's infuriating. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.